here I'm with Alisa, and we're talking about how a woman has to shift into the masculine, or just maybe unconsciously does that, because if you think about today, women are very independent. Women know how to do a lot of the same things that men do, and we've talked about that, where you've actually had to take over things. Can you elaborate a little bit more?
In the relationship, take over in an energetic space. So obviously, I'm a strong, powerful woman, and yet when I step into my love romantic relationship, I want to be able to have that man, like you said earlier, guide, navigate a lot of things in the relationship. It's certainly not that I can't do it, yet in my professional life, I'm doing that all day long. I've noticed that when men aren't in that element of feminine, they aren't creating in their life. So I support that. Yet what I was asking you is in a maybe a dispute or a misunderstanding, and then it's bringing up something for the man, and he then drops into the feminine space, and then the woman, for me, in a sense, I'm aware of those things often when they happen, and I've noticed that I've had to step back into that masculine space and either let it go or guide it. What do you do to bring the awareness back for a man? Is there something a woman can do differently?
There's different approaches. First off, hopefully you both have a conversation about this, meaning like after the fact, so you know when it happens, you both are immediately in that same place. As far as awareness, like this is what's happening again, and he steps back, takes a deep breath in, he says, you know what, I'm gonna go outside for a moment. He roots himself, comes back in the room.
Okay.
That would be like a great way to problem solve. But if you're not there, or you just don't have that type of communication with that person, as a woman, can you slip into your feminine energy at a place where you feel safe? In other words, where you're more feminine than him, and would he step up? There's a possible chance he wouldn't. Okay, that could feel really vulnerable. Like, wait a minute, I'm now asking for help.
Yeah,
It might be, you actually start crying. You really go into it. You're like, can you just listen to me? And then he's like, now will you listen to me? And you're like, oh my God, I just opened myself up. That can hurt. So it's like, can you shift your body to be more feminine for him to show up? Secondly, what could you say to him that would not emasculate him? Like, what would you say to where he steps up? And again, it might not be a conversation in that moment. It might be practice. It'd be like, for example, how were you feeling when you were talking to me? What was that like for you? Like, where would you like to be? What would you like to? In other words, it's as if you want him to be cognizant of like his behavior without reprimanding him.
Right. Yeah, I get that.
So it's like sometimes it's like a no. I really don't have. I usually have a lot of answers. There's especially this one. If it's during a fight, it's one of those. A lot of the healing happens afterwards. You have to have these conversations.
So are you saying that you almost have to go through some of these arguments and let them ride out, and then have the awareness afterwards to go back and revisit, and hopefully there is that level of awareness that it doesn't drop into the fight?
Like, for example, I'm working with a couple where he used to, he would lose himself. She would start crying, and he would get angry, and so she would feel worse. And so when he learned that her crying was not about him, he didn't take it personally. He realized that, because what I did is I asked him, how's it feel when she judges you're angry? And he said, it feels like shit. Yeah. I said, well, she feels judged when you get upset when she's crying, when you look at it as a problem. Oh. What if it was not a problem?
For her to cry?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of the reactions we have is because we don't know what's really going on with the other person, but then we also personalize that.
Sure, and give it meaning to what we've experienced.
But keep in mind, do children personalize things? When they, like...
No.
I'm talking about, like, little kids, they think when mom and dad's fighting...
Oh, yeah, sure.
They think the whole world basically is about them. That's what I mean. So, what I mean by that is, whether it's a woman or the man, a lot of times when a person's taking something personally, it's hitting something that's, deep in, like, their childhood.
Yeah.
Like, and this gentleman I'm talking about, at the end of it, he didn't want to be wrong. when someone was upset, that meant someone was trying to make him wrong.
Okay.
And if he were to be wrong, that meant he didn't get held, he was ignored.
Or maybe the relationship was going to disappear.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the relationship with his parents. When he was wrong,
Okay.
that meant like annihilation. It meant like
Got it.
you're in the doghouse, you know? And that felt like death to him. So he did his best in that relationship to always try to be right, to the point where he was arguing. And yet she was just communicating how she felt. It had nothing to do with it that she was trying to make him wrong.
Yeah, she just
But
wanted
he was
to,
just
to be
protecting
understood.
himself. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It just takes a lot of self-awareness of like, why am I personalizing this? This person is just Sharon. This person's just Sharon. And men do that. Women do that too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's amazing that we can even have relationships that work out at all.
Well, I'll give you a simple one. It's like, you know, I have a person that, you know, bought me a gift, and the gift was great, but that's not necessarily one of my love languages. Like, you know, give me gifts. It's like, cool. But I'm a dude at the end of the day. I mean, I'm like, oh my God, thank you. I'm not that feminine in that way. Other, you know, buy me a motorcycle? Well, I might jump up, I don't know. But because I wasn't acting so excited and fluffy, the person like, well, I like this, and then started making it about her, like, because that was a gift that would have brought her so much joy. And so in that conversation, did you buy it for you or me?
Did you say that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I said,
And the
because I go,
reaction?
can you accept my way of being enthusiastic? I'm like, what is it that you're attracted to? Well, I'm attracted to you because you're masculine. I go, so if I were to go, oh my God, thank you so much for this gift. If I were to become like you and we were both the same, would it be attractive? And she said, you know, I don't think so. I went, okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So sometimes we're trying to change people, and yet that's what we're attracted to.
More often than not,
Yeah.
what we are attracted to, we try to alter in some way.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
If you were being offered some free tools that could get you unstuck, would you be interested? If so, visit raydoctor.com and receive your free transformational exercises. Imagine starting each day feeling deeper love, a clearer mind, and being able to say to yourself, I really feel good. My clients love these, and so will you. Get them now for free at raydoctor.com.